Jupiter, retrograde. Uranus, retrograde. Neptune, retrograde. Lunar node, retrograde. Chiron, retrograde. Mercury, retrograde. Saturn, retro. Wait, no, actually, Saturn turns direct today, and Mercury follows right after. If you have been stuck, delayed, confused, or exhausted, stay with me because this weekend, the story flips completely. Right now, the sky is crowded with planets moving backward. Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer, reviewing our beliefs about safety, family, and money. Uranus is retrograde at the very end of Taurus, shaking up our values, our work, and our relationship with stability. Neptune is retrograde at the last degree of Pisces, dissolving illusions, spiritual lies, and emotional addictions. The nodes in Pisces are retrograde, pulling our collective karma into the realm of emotions. Empathy and faith. Chiron is retrograde in Aries, forcing us to look at wounds around courage, identity, and leadership. And on top of all of that, Mercury has been retrograde in Scorpio, digging up secrets, regrets, and conversations we tried to avoid. When this many retrogrades happen at the same time, it feels like the world is walking through water. Plans take longer. People change their minds. Old stories come back from nowhere. Collectively, we feel like we are inside a massive review period. The most affected signs so far have been the water signs and the mutable signs. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio have been swimming in emotional homework. Gemini, Virgo. Sagittarius and Pisces again have been pushed to rethink their direction, their routine, and their beliefs. Taurus has been feeling the pressure of Uranus and the nodes, like the ground under their feet is not as solid as they thought. But here is the twist. In the middle of all this cosmic rewinding, one planet is about to hit play again. Saturn. Today, Saturn stations direct in Pisces. Saturn is the planet of reality checks, responsibilities, rules, and long-term foundations. In Pisces, it has been testing our faith, our emotional boundaries, and our ability to stay grounded inside chaos. While Saturn has been retrograde in Pisces, many of us have been revisiting old fears, old losses, old spiritual crises. Things like mental health, addiction, escape habits, sleep, dreams. Loneliness and burnout may have been louder than usual. For some, it felt like karma resurfacing from the ocean floor. For others, it was about realizing that they cannot keep living on fantasy or denial. When Saturn turns direct, the lesson does not disappear, but the energy changes. Instead of being pulled backward into what hurt, we start moving forward with a clearer idea of what needs to be repaired. Collectively, this can look like governments and institutions making serious decisions about oceans, water, climate, or public health. People setting stronger emotional boundaries, leaving toxic situations, or finally committing to therapy, healing, or spiritual discipline. Artists, empaths, and creatives getting more structured, turning dreams into concrete projects instead of stopping at imagination. For Pisces, this is a huge turning point. The heavy fog of responsibility that has been on your shoulders starts to organize itself. You see what you must do, but you also see the path. For the rest of us, Saturn direct in Pisces is like a cosmic supervisor entering the room and saying, "Enough floating. Now we build something real from everything you felt." A day after, Mercury stations direct in Scorpio. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio has been digging deep. Old secrets, old messages, unspoken truths, money issues, power games, jealousy, trust problems, all of this has been buzzing in the background. Maybe you reconnected with someone from the past. Maybe you discovered something you were not supposed to see. Maybe you realized how much you hide from yourself. Scorpio energy does not like superficial talk. So this retrograde has forced real conversations, real confrontations, and intense mental spirals. When Mercury turns direct in Scorpio, the information starts to move in a straight line again. We are still intense, but now we can decide. Contracts that were delayed can move forward. Investigations and research bring clear answers. Confessions, apologies, and important talks can finally land properly. For Scorpio, this is a mental and emotional reboot. You know now who is loyal, who is not, and what you truly want to say. Together with Saturn going direct, Mercury direct in Scorpio feels like the universe telling us, you saw the truth, you felt the weight, now what will you do with it? Now let's see how each sign will be affected. Aries, Saturn direct activates your hidden zone of endings, rest, and the subconscious. You start turning private pain into real healing and discipline. Mercury direct in Scorpio clears up money, debts, and emotional entanglements. You finally see who drains your energy and who deserves deep loyalty and investment. Taurus, Saturn going direct stabilizes your friendships, communities, and long-term dreams. People who are serious about you stay. The rest quietly fade away. Mercury direct brings clarity in relationships. Confusing conversations with partners, collaborators, or rivals start to make sense, and you can renegotiate the terms. Gemini, Saturn direct in Pisces focuses your career and public image. Delayed work projects, unclear responsibilities, and authority issues begin to organize. You see which path is worth your effort. Mercury direct in Scorpio helps you fix your routine, health habits, and work systems. Miscommunications at the job finally clear up. Cancer, Saturn direct in Pisces opens the road for studies, travel, legal matters, or big long-term plans. Where you felt blocked, you now receive green lights, but with responsibility attached. Mercury direct in Scorpio reactivates your creativity and romantic life. Talks with children, lovers, or about passion projects move forward again. Leo, Saturn direct brings structure back to shared finances, taxes, inheritances, and deep psychological matters. Emotional debts, both financial and karmic, are ready to be handled with maturity. Mercury direct clears confusion at home and within family talks. Hidden tension inside the house can now be spoken honestly. Virgo, Saturn direct shifts your relationships into a more serious mode. If a partnership survived this retrograde, it now has a chance to grow stronger, with clearer rules. Mercury direct improves communication, contracts, and daily movement. Delayed documents, messages, and negotiations finally come together. Libra, Saturn direct pushes you to stabilize your work, habits, and health. The lazy or chaotic parts of your routine can no longer run the show. You commit to better systems. Mercury direct helps you regain control over your money and self-worth. Confusing payments or self-esteem dips start to level out. Scorpio, Saturn direct in Pisces solidifies your creativity, romantic life, and personal expression. You are ready to turn raw emotion into art, love, or serious passion projects. Mercury direct in your own sign brings mental clarity. The fog in your head lifts, your words gain power, and you choose a direction with more confidence. Sagittarius, Saturn direct grounds your home base. Questions about real estate, family, moving, or emotional roots start to move into decision mode. You see what foundation you truly need in order to feel safe. Mercury direct activates your inner world. Dreams, therapy, and spiritual insights suddenly connect into one clear message. Capricorn, Saturn direct makes your communication sharper and more responsible. You commit to learning, teaching, or managing information differently. Siblings or local community issues become more structured. Mercury direct clears misunderstandings with friends, groups, or online networks. Misread signals on social media or within teams settle down. Aquarius, Saturn direct in Pisces stabilizes your income, resources, and priorities. Financial lessons from the last months now turn into practical strategies. You know what is truly worth your time and energy. Mercury direct in Scorpio clears up confusion in your career and public image. Talks with bosses or clients can finally move forward. Pisces, this is your moment. Saturn direct in your sign marks a huge turning point in your identity and life structure. The pressure has not been easy, but now you can use it to build something lasting. You step into a more mature version of yourself. Mercury direct in Scorpio helps you clarify beliefs, studies, travel, or long-term plans. Your vision becomes sharper and more focused. With Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune still retrograde, the sky is not completely calm. We are still in a powerful review season. But with Saturn moving forward in Pisces and Mercury moving forward in Scorpio, the universe is giving us two strong tools: responsibility and clarity. Ask yourself, what truth did I discover during these retrogrades? What lesson do I refuse to repeat? And what am I finally ready to commit to? From my heart, not from fear. If this video helped you understand the energy of this weekend, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which sign you are and where you felt these retrogrades the most, because the story is just starting to move again.